This needs to stop. I keep going over time. What's going on? YouTube, you're back with Shades, and we're continuing Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. I was about to say Honey Pop for some reason. I haven't played that in forever. Last time we left off, I went over time, and we found Lily in the library, and that is my fault that we did this. That is my fault. I'm sorry. Anyway. Sorry. Lily laughs in that refined manner of hers and shakes her head. I'm only teasing you, Hisao. From what I hear, you've been busy. Morning runs with Emi Ibasaki and lunch on the rooftop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Guess the words get around pretty quickly. Then I can't coax poor Hanako onto the roof anymore. You three always up there, claiming the spot for yourselves. She chides me gently, though it's pretty clear she's just teasing me again. Still, I feel an odd need to apologize. Sorry, we can eat lunch somewhere else if it's a real problem. Oh no, I wouldn't worry about it. Hanako and I have other things to do at lunch too. Such as read in the library, as you can see. Oh, Hanako's here too? I didn't see her. Lily smiles a bit enigmatically. Oh, she's around somewhere. But I'm surprised, Hisao, you're in here instead of up there. What brings you to the library? Well, Emi's ill, so there's no lunch on the rooftop to keep me occupied. Lily raises an eyebrow at my statement before giving another chuckle. My, poor Rin must feel left out. It's not like that. But I'm sure it isn't. Emi tends to be the life of whatever group she's in. It's a shame to hear she's fallen ill. Will she be okay? Somehow I get the feeling that Lily's just inquiring out of politeness, but I respond anyway. The nurse thinks so. I'm gonna swing by and see how she's doing after school myself. Another raised eyebrow. My, what a noble gentleman you are, Hisao. It's nothing, really. I'm just checking up on my friend after all. Really, you've been wrestling with these emotions and figuring out what they mean and blah 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 blah, and you still think that she's just a friend? God fucking damn it, I hate characters like this, even because they remind me of myself. Oh well. So it's just friends, is it? How disappointing. I blush, glad that Lily can't see it. But somehow she knows that I've been flustered by her comment anyway and laughs. I'm sorry, Hisao. I'm just teasing you. Please do tell Emi that I hope she feels better, won't you? A glance at my watch reveals I'm very nearly out of time to find my book. Of course. Hey, I've got to find a book before lunch is over, so I'd better get moving. See you later. That was probably not the best phrase to use. Lily, however, takes my gaffe in stride. Until we meet again, Hisao. I like Lily. She's nice. I was actually planning on going for her, but I looked up like how the game functions, and it's based on dialogue choice. And like certain dialogue choices guide you towards certain people, and I guess my choices like just led me to Emi, which is weird because I was just doing what I thought was right and what I would do in that situation. I guess Emi just happened. Oh well. I never do find the book I was looking for, but I walk out with something else instead. My stomach growls, slightly letting me know I should have had something for lunch. Oh well. I'll grab something before I visit Emi later. It seems as if time has decided to slow down for the express purpose of annoying the hell out of me. Class feels like it drags on for ages. I suspect that my being consumed with worry probably has something to do with it. Blessedly, the bell rings and I dash out of class, drawing a few raised eyebrows, I'm sure. I have spent the majority of the day fretting as unobtrusively as I could. Even though the nurse thinks that Emi's perfectly okay, I want to see for myself. It doesn't take long to get to the girls' dorm and make my way to Emi's room. Standing outside her door, I suddenly pause. What if she's resting? I hate to wake her up, especially if she's still feeling ill. Then again, if she sleeps all day, then I could throw off her sleeping schedule. But the rest is important if you're ill, isn't it? I can't decide what to do, so I settle for standing outside the door looking like an idiot. Then I hear Emi's voice from behind the door. Thanks for your concern, but I'm really okay. Is she talking to me? I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Guess not. Still, clearly she's not asleep, so I can knock on without worry. So why is this clenched feeling in my gut? I wasn't nervous about dropping by the other day, so why today? Because you think there's a guy in there. You think there's someone special in her life. You think things. Stop it. Granted, I still haven't really had time to figure out this newfound interest in Emi's well-being. I don't really have a lot of experience in the matter, of course, but certainly this seems to go beyond feelings of mere friendship. So what else could it be? I both love and hate characters like this because it makes me feel so great, and then... But I could take that step. Could I even bring myself to risk what I have right now? I mean, it's enough to be friends with her, isn't it? Take the plunge! Jeez! It doesn't hurt to take the plunge. I mean, you could be friends afterwards. Just give it time. Either way, shouldn't I just open the door and see how she's doing? That's why I came here. Right? What if she's not dressed yet? The image that flashes through my mind causes my heart to skip a beat. Literally. Oh my god, really? Really? It was just a pink flash, okay? I'm pretty sure if you went back and just pause it on the perfect snap, it's just a pink flash. I should probably not ever think of those thoughts again. Not if I want to avoid a heart attack. He's like the Hulk, only if he has sex, he doesn't Hulk out. He just dies. I suddenly realize I'm standing in the hallway looking like an idiot. Emily still seems to be in the middle of a conversation, but I knock anyway, hoping she won't mind the interruption. You wait too much. Come in, the door's unlocked. So it is. I open the door and step in, which is about where my thought process comes to a grinding halt. Emmy's sitting up in her bed, her hair tousled. Oh my god, she's adorable. So cute. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I just get back. My mother had woken up and interrupted my recording, so now I'm back. Anyway, Emmy looks really cute. Oh my god. The feeling's a little less now because I've gotten used to staring at her face for about like 5 minutes. But like, that's so cute. Like her hair down. Like that's adorable. I'm not really fond of twin tails, in honesty. But again, that's personal preference. I really don't care what her hair looks like. I'm just saying it's cute like this. Okay, Emmy's sitting up in bed, her hair tousled from a day spent asleep. I think this is the first time I've seen her with those familiar beads in her hair. Her gym shirt and bloomers, obviously hastily pulled on before I came in, are creased and folded from less than proper storage. Oh great, we're just gonna look at this. Her legs lay... Okay, proper narration. Her legs lay bare on the sheets. I've never seen Emmy without prosthetics before, yet here she is, slender legs, terminating in stumps just below her knees. But as odd as the sight is, I find myself more captivated by everything north of the waist. It seems that Emmy had finished her conversation with whoever was on the phone with her, and is now watching my reaction closely out of one of her open eyes. She wipes the sleep from the other one. She's so cute, so kawaii. Her expression, far from being embarrassed, is rather one of surprisingly wide yawn, one perhaps appropriate from such a small mouth. Okay. A grin for that brief moment, almost flirtatious tugs at the corner of her mouth, as she takes the sight of me in. I can do nothing but remain in a state of fluctuating between fear, confusion, and not a little bit of lust. Stop it! Emmy hastily scoops her hair out of her eyes, fixing it back into place before addressing me. You seem a bit caught off guard, Hisao. A wave of laughter erupts from her, and I find myself grinning and rubbing the back of my head ruefully. Sorry, I've just never seen someone so disheveled look so attractive. So tense. Lord, give me strength. Never seen you without your legs on. Or never seen you look so... sorry. Emmy giggles again and moves to sit up a little straighter. I'm caught up in the movement of her shirt, very nearly losing myself. Really? Really? Come on, man, keep it in your pants. This game's too good for that. Even though I heard it's actually in there. I was wondering what your reaction would be. The nurse called and told me you were going to drop by, you see. And I know you haven't seen me, well, you know. Without legs. I responded in a tone of casual surprise. Oh, you don't have them on? I didn't notice. This is almost the truth. I very nearly didn't. I'm trying not to be suave or anything, mind you. Somehow I think Emmy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue out at me and chucks a pillow at my head. Ass. I deftly catch the pillow and take careful aim before throwing. Emmy laughs and rolls to one side, dodging my shot, the shifting of her shirt distracting me enough so that the next thrown pillow hits me right between the eyes. Oof! I retaliate, of course. And once I've retaliated twice, well, a war was bound to break out sooner or later. And really, when Emmy appears to have a far better aim than me, well, it was just a matter of time before I'd have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha! Yeep! What the hell? Once the charge was accomplished, of course, I'd have to wrestle the pillows away from her. And with that kind of struggle, of course, we wind up in this sort of position. Yes! Yes! Now say the words. Do it! Just do it! Oh god. So I find myself staring down at her from my position atop her. She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty from our now tussle. Her chest heaving up and down, sucking in air. The small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observes that she must be ill because her stamina is not what it should be. We stay that way for a while. I'm not sure how long, but everything seems to go fuzzy. Everything that isn't her, anyway. Her eyes meet mine, and deep inside them, I almost catch a glimpse of what? Fear? Longing? Hope? Emmy? A cough suddenly convulses her, and I almost stumble in my haste to get off, to apologize for everything. Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's fine, it's fine. She gives me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. So, what brings you here? Are we still in this position? from this camera? She's still breathing hard, and it causes her voice to shake slightly. Well, before I was so rudely assaulted by pillows, I came to see how you were doing. This earns me another shove, and I very nearly fall off her bed. Emmy's eyes sparkle again, and I wonder how I never noticed how attractive they are before. You have! Several times! God damn it! You're so dense that even your inner self is like, shut up, bro. Consumed with worry, were you? Her tone is mocking, haughty, teasing. She throws her arms across her forehead dramatically, grin is still apparent in her from underneath. Couldn't bear the thought of me laying deathly ill. And as we both recover from a brief wrestling match, Emmy appears to fall back on teasing me. Well, I wouldn't say consumed with worry, but after you didn't show up this morning like a total wuss. Emmy pouts, crossing her arms petulantly and sticking her lower lip out. It's not my fault. Nurse wouldn't allow it. Sure you wouldn't. I completely believe you. Emmy sticks her tongue out again. You're such a jerk, Hisao. So how was your day then, huh? Did you enjoy slacking off? Not really. The phone woke me up pretty early on. The phone? Yeah, the captain of the team called to make sure I was doing okay. Also let me know it was okay to skip practice. Good, at least she wasn't alone all day. Someone checked up on her. Although I can't help but think it should have been me. This hurts. This hurts so much. Oh, that's good. He really keeps an eye on you, huh? Emmy shrugs. It's his job. Part of being the captain means you know where the team members are when they're not in school. Still, I guess it was nice of him to call, huh? Yep, sure was. Emmy yawns and shimmies down to a more comfortable position. So how was your day? Kind of uneventful, you know? I went ahead and ran by myself and talked with the nurse about how you were doing. How long was what? I meandered through the day's events, none of which were particularly engrossing. That's when I'm distracted by an arm finding its way across my waist. It seems that Emmy fell asleep while I was talking, so I draw a blanket to cover us. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! So cute! So cute! You might get a cold, but so cute! What's with this one hair? What? She rolled over onto her side, now one leg is thrown over my legs, effectively trapping me. Hey. It seems too ashamed to wake her, but I have things to do. I gently shake her, but in response, she only tightens her arms' grip on me and sighs a little. My resistance to this position crumbles rather quickly. Lolicon. Just kiss the girl. The feeling of her body breathing steadily is both calming and incredibly stimulating at the same time. My breathing cannot decide if it wants to relax or speed up. Relaxation wins, and I find myself putting an arm around Emmy. You can't see it, but I'm smiling so wide right now. I think I'm in love. Ah! You said the words! Yes! Well, that echoed because, whoops. And the words slip out and hang in the air unnoticed. At least I hope they've gone unnoticed. Emmy whimpers weakly through her dream, and her grip suddenly tightens again. For the first time I've known her, she see tears running down Emmy's face. Puppy! Did Mom come back? No. Okay. I feel like my heart's about to break. I instinctively tighten my own grip and stroke her hair in what I hope is a soothing manner. Words of comfort, meaningless in the situation, spring to mind. Maybe I should wake her. Are you supposed to wake people having nightmares? I can't for the life of me remember. The decision is taken for me, and Emily suddenly jerks awake with a cry. Dad! This is more than I think I want to hear without her knowledge. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stare her. Hey, you okay? What a silly question. Huh? What? Hisao? She shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Emmy shudders again and glances up at me a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You want to talk about it? A speedy internal debate seems to go on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. Nah, I don't really remember much of it. I'm pretty sure she's lied to me, but I somehow don't think I should press the issue. Emmy shudders again, turns toward me looking a little sheepish. Sorry for falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as I can. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. My dog! I guess cold medicine just made me a little drowsy. I guess so. Emmy does not strike me as the sort of person who'd fall asleep at a drop of a hat. Rin maybe, but Emmy's far too energetic. Emmy gives a half smile at my response, and then just like that she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Hisao. We'll have to go twice as hard to make up for today. But I went running this morning. No excuse. Oh fine, I'll be ready for you. Emmy nods, satisfied. Good. I can take this as my cue to exit. Well, I'd better get going, especially if I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I hop off the bed, head for the door. Hey, Hisao. I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emmy. She opens her mouth to say something, and then another first. I see her falter slightly. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean. You're kind of the first visitor I've had who wasn't Rin. Now that was surprising. I would figure Emmy would have people dropping by all the time. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought, always talking to people in the hallways. Emmy hesitates again. And thanks for staying around after, a look of pain flits across her face. You know. It helped. She brightens back up and waves cheerfully at me. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you later. I'm just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey, Emmy. Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emmy seems taken aback by this offer. Her grin gets even wider. Sure thing, Hisao. See you in the morning. I still have 10 minutes left. Oh, that was so... my heart! Oh god, that was so cute. My Kokoro. I exit Emmy's room with her head in a whirl. Should I have even left? Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down the hallway, open the door and tell her I love her. Tell her I think she's beautiful. Tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her, hold her close, and she falls back to sleep. How many nights has she woken up like that, only to find that nobody's there? I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. It's a silly thought, I know. We don't know each other that well, do we? The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes me feel worry. Worry perhaps that I'd overstepped my bounds. And now to add to my troubles, it seems as if Evie herself has an interest in someone else. Oh my god! She doesn't! You dense fucker! I'm getting so mad! I'm so invested! The track captain of hers seems interested in her well-being. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, but doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited to one another. No, they don't! There's really nothing to be done about that. I need to take my mind off this whole situation. I've got homework to do. Maybe that will distract me. Ugh! You dead shit! She likes you, man. Why else would... Friends don't do what you just did. Sometimes. Okay, I've done that with friends. Shut up. Come on, man, just take the plunge. It doesn't hurt. I'm gonna get so angry. Oh, wait, I just had a thought. What if that girl from our old school, visits me? What if she just comes over and says, I still love you, for Bredimir torture? A night of restlessness left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. And the memory of how Emily felt against me. The memory of our wrestling match. And most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. She was in so much pain. Click. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. The shower shocks me awake with hot water, awake but still worried. What will happen today? Will things just go back to normal? Ended the episode back to the status quo? There was a connection yesterday, something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Yeah, but because you chose to do nothing, that's why nothing happened. I blame you, Hisao. Would it have been so bad? My mind goes back to look at Emmy's face after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, the track captain's probably first in her face. No! I'm shaking so hard my headphones are about to fall off my head. Even as I say that, my mind's already snorting derisively. I'm looking for an excuse, a reason for everything to go wrong, a reason not to try. It's not as if I've seen the two of them together outside track practice, and clearly he's never visited. Emmy said it much herself. Even though they're close, surely he'd visit. I'm such a wuss. I ought to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. Yeah, man! I did that once before. Of course I got rejected, but that's not a big deal. I'm saying, just go for it. If you think it works... Okay, real talk. Real talk with everyone who watches this. If you like someone, and you think you're in love, there's nothing wrong with going for it. There is nothing wrong with it. Get rejected, let time pass, and see if you can become friends again. There is nothing wrong with taking the damn plunge. Of course, I'll never take my own advice, but who cares? That's what Emmy would do, I think. Hell, I know that's what she'd do. Which is partially why I'm convinced there's no interest on her end. She hasn't acted either. She could just be as nervous as you and put up fronts. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible she's got a bit of unrequited crush going on. But who would be able to clarify their relationship? It sure as hell can't be Emmy. She probably just laughed and asked what I wanted to know. And I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emmy, who would ask me why I wanted to know. And I've already covered that problem. I wonder... could I get away with asking the nurse? She's pretty productive of Emmy. I'm sure he'd know if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know he forgot to tell me about being ill, so he'll keep quiet. What if he asks why I want to know, though? I can't shake him off. Just saying I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that, won't he? Of course! That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy's waiting outside the office. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrived at the track. Is she still too ill? I had to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I hate to waste my time, so I occupy myself by stretching, and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come back because she's embarrassed? What if... You're early again, Hisao. I'm impressed! Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Emmy seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she was even ill the other day, much less had that less than restful sleep. Still, I have to ask, sleep well last night? Just a throwaway question, small talk, some sort of thing people ask when someone they bump into the cafeteria while they're getting their morning coffee. But not for us, at least. Not for me. Don't know if Emmy realizes that I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night, but the question does give her a pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuinely pondering this, she nods. Yep, sure did. Was it because of me? Did I actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? Good to hear. Emmy grins and begins warming up. So, ready to begin? Pfft, am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Emmy laughs at my bravado and we take off running. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steady. I feel dead in the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of water now. Emmy's positively beaming after the run today. Nice job, Hisao, you're improving. You'll be half as fast as me in no time. The last line is delivered with a teasing grin now that I've grown all too used to it. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cool-down lap. She is really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with my lap, she's lying across one of the bleachers looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold, you'll recall. Emmy gives me a annoyed snort and sits up. Bah! I'm just trying to make up for lost time, that's all. I went twice as hard today, you know. And a good run always gets the kinks out, you know. Clears the mind, too. Oh? Emmy nods vigorously. Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing. She does not explain further, and I don't ask. I suspect I know the real reason she went so hard today. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something's bothering her. Maybe the nightmare, maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she wanted me to know. I'm sure that comes in handy. You have no idea. The sincerity in voice confirms my suspicion. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind, then? Emma doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead, she shrugs. Nah, it's nothing worth getting worried about. She seems as if she's trying to convince herself as much as she's convincing me. I opened my mouth to ask if yesterday was responsible for her current state of mind, but I think better of it. Too much risk of her taking the question the wrong way. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think about yesterday. I can only get about as far as how I felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Having her before me now, covered in sweat, looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear ya. We'd better hurry to see the nurse if we're running short on time, aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems most un-Emmy-like. Too true. For a brief moment she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. But just like yesterday, I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straightening up slightly. And she's back to being Emmy again. It's about her dad, definitely, but... Come on then, Hisao, race ya. With a sudden smile, she darts off. Hey, no fair! I take off after her, knowing I won't catch her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I'll still run after her. Emmy's waiting for me at the door as I arrive. Well, well, look who's finally shown up. Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins as the nurse pokes his head out of the door. Well, there you are. Come on in, Hisao. In what become a familiar routine by now, he checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of raced Emmy here. Nurse laughs. Normally he would be yelling at me for that. That's never a good idea. He leaves it to whisper to me in a conspiratory manner. I don't know if you've heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star. I reel back in mock surprise. Really? She never mentioned it before. The two of us share a laugh. Did she do okay today? Cold seems to bother her. Why don't you ask her? She rolls his eyes in exasperation. Of course I'm going to ask her too, but she'll tell me she didn't have any problems regardless of whether or not she did. So I'm asking you because you're her friend and you'd probably tell me if she had trouble today. When it puts it that way, it makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today, if a little more tired than usual. She's already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. Ugh, my nose. The nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mention yesterday's visit. Well, that's good to hear. I figured it was just a 24-hour thing. Emmy tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. Hey, speaking of Emmy, are she and the track captain? Well, you know. You don't need to ask. Just ask her directly. It hurts. I'm going to go to 25 minutes. I'm going a little extra because I'm not sure exactly how much time I wasted waiting for silence. A look of suspicion crosses his face. Why do you ask? Well, it's just that they seem kind of close, and I was curious, you know. And I'd never ask her because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far, so good, now to really sell it. Besides, I think they'd make a cute couple. The nurse laughs. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that, but I think I can say with some certainty that the two of them will never do anything like that. Certainty? Yep. Not that I could tell you, of course, confidentiality, all that. Yeah, right, like you're just like holding a secret over my head. That too. Right, get out of here, I'm a busy man, you know. I roll my eyes at his last statement and head out the door, motioning to Emmy to go in. The whole time I'm trying to keep from doing my celebratory dance. Two of them will never do anything like that. Wow! God. You shitty fucker, I hate you. That's precisely the sort of thing I want to hear. I just realized I'm emotionally invested enough that when I go back and do the other routes, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm half tempted to make some sort of move on Emmy right now, but I think the nurse would probably disapprove. Besides, I still don't exactly know how Emmy feels about me. I mean, it's obvious she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that, I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I just need to figure out a good time to tell Emmy exactly how I feel. The puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day, at least. Oh, wait, I muted it? How'd I do that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, how'd I do that? I muted it. Oh no. Oh, thank you. Okay. There's a symbol up here, and it's like, I was like, how did I mute it? What'd I do? The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally I could count on Rin to be up before me, but she's been strangely absent. I wonder if she decided to accompany Emmy to the cafeteria for once. Seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. You're a dick! You're a dick! I pick idly while I my lunch while I wait for Emmy and Rin to show up. It does not take long for me to hear the sounds of someone coming up the stairs. I'll wait until the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough. Keeping me waiting for you, honestly. The two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. The only person standing in the doorway is Emmy, who looks mildly confused. What do you mean, huh? It's me, you know, Emmy. We run in the mornings. She grins, and I feel my heart jump slightly at my chest at the sight. Jesus Christ, just ask her the question. God. Yes, I knew that. I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Rin's grin is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kind of, sort of, gave her my cold. Oh dear. Am I at risk too? It makes sense after all. Emmy and I were in close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do that got her ill? Steady on, old lad. Don't go down. Jesus Christ, why would you automatically think that? Rin just probably got a worse immune system than me. Emmy seemed shocked by my comment, like she hadn't considered that before. I hope not. I feel terrible if you got ill because of me, Hisao. Oh man, I think I feel a fever coming on. Amy looks horrified, then quickly shifts to a more angry expression. Hisao! You stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. Are you listening to me, Hisao's immune system? Get your ass in gear. I give a smart salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Fuck it, I'm making this one extra long only because I want to see where this goes. Amy steps back and nods, satisfied. Good. You are not allowed to miss any of our morning runs, after all. But you missed a morning run. Amy crosses her arms and looks at me haughtily. Yes, but that's a special case. It was me, not you. That's not an explanation at all. You're so cute. I'm gonna feel so bad when I go for someone else. I don't wanna. Amy looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? That explanation makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It's like a blatant double standard. I don't see what it has to do with anything. Oh, fine. Amy seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin gonna be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Amy shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine and that should help her. Although I probably should have made sure she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Somehow I don't find this all that she could OD on that stuff, what the hell? I doubt Rin is one to pay attention to the maximum dosages and such. You should probably check it on her later, then, just to make sure. Amy shrugs. I'll stop by after practice, she'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. The only problem is I don't know what else to talk about. So, got any more track meets coming up? This is a terrible roundabout way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Just do it! And if she says she has a track meet, she has a track meet! Jesus Christ, you're wasting time! Well, assume I can get myself to actually form the words. Amy shakes her head. Nah, not for another couple of weeks, I think. The season's winding down. Oh yeah, I came in right in the middle of things, didn't I? Doesn't mean the exams are coming up soon. Should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up and Amy gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. Just making conversation. I don't know what it is like to be a track star after all. Pfft, flattery. She waves her hand idly. I'm not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day is all. You liar. Heh, yeah. But humility is a sign of a good athlete. At least that's what my dad used to say. Oh no! She shrugs and tries successfully to hide a rather troubled expression on her face. Hey, what's up? You seem bothered by something. She starts to deny it, then sighs in defeat. I wonder if she's too tired from being sick or to get herself to deny it like usual. Or if she actually just trusts me enough at this point to open up. Well, you remember last night? Do I ever? I settled for nodding, however. That's not the first time that's happened to me. I actually get them kind of... She pauses as if it suddenly occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. But she starts up again, choosing her words carefully. Well, not often, but on occasion. It's just been one of those weeks where it's what happens. A sigh escapes her, and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach over her and give her a hug, which, unlike last time, doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax as my arms wrap around her. We stay that way for a while. Hey, you know I was serious last night. You really can't talk to me, and stuff like this is bothering you. It's always difficult to do this sort of thing solo, you know. Emby smiles and breaks the embrace, but she stays leaning on my shoulder. Thanks, Hisao. I'll be fine, I think. I can already see her reassembling herself, getting ready to bottle it up again. Guess that topic's closed now. So hey, given any more thought to that career survey? Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead, you know. Although I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh? I shrug. I suppose unless you were serious about that pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates don't have much need for universities. Unless there's just like a pirate university out there somewhere. Emmy giggles and starts to look a little like her old self. There's a new element to her expression. Impish. That's how I describe it. Emmy looks impish, looking up with me with her head nestled onto my shoulder. Would you come with me if I ran off to be a pirate? Of course I would. Who in their right mind would pass up the opportunity to be pirates with you? Well, would you put it that way? I'm not sure. She giggles again. I notice that my heart seems to have sped up. It's probably due to Emmy's proximity to me. That hint of strawberries again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again. Hey, Hisao? If you're gonna kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell's about— Please! Do the thing! My thoughts grind to a sudden halt. I'm pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. All I can imagine is strangled, huh? This has amused Emmy even more. You were thinking about it, weren't you? She sits up, bringing her face level with mine. I'd probably enjoy it, you know. You're really, well, She privately composed herself, looking like she's about to say something important. Oh my god! If you hadn't figured out by now, I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. You're going to have to do something about that. This time her grin short-circuited several important thought processes. At some point, I turned toward her, and at another point her arms moved around my neck. And yet another, my arms wrapped around her waist. I'll be damned if I could tell precisely when that happened. Because at that moment, there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss her. I look at Emmy's eyes. There it is! The thing I said yesterday in the bed. It's there again! It suddenly strikes me that she's worried that I'll reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. Ah! It happened! Ah! And this is where I'm ending it, because if I don't end it here, it's perfect. It's perfect. The perfect cliffhanger. I'm leaving it right here. God fucking damn it. I'm too excited to give the intro, so I'll see you guys later. I hope you liked this video because I loved it. I loved this part so much. See you guys later.